All right, good evening and welcome to today's episode of our Watch Along. As far as the Super Eagles is concerned, the Africa Cup of Nations 2025, once again, the Super Eagles playing against Tunisia. 10 minutes gone already, but you are right on time as we will be giving you all of the updates. I remain Olushola Adebayo, and you can call me Sports Peter. You can as well. Follow me on social media across all platforms as Shola Sports Peter, or you just check for Olushola Adebayo across all platforms. It's still a very good game for the Super Eagles so far. 10 minutes gone already, and it's goalless. Nigeria has been pressing down the neck of the Tunisians, looking for the opening. Victor Osimhen has been everywhere. Everyone has been supportive in terms of getting the ball to Osimhen, especially through his head. Three-headed balls from Osimhen already, while the Tunisians were dumbfounded, which is just that Osimhen failed to put his head down in a way that can get the ball within the range of the goalpost. I'm not alone as usual. I have with me Toye Olale.
Thank you, Olushola. And it's good to be back. And I must tell you, the first 10 minutes, it has been smiles on our faces from the Super Eagles. But let's hope they can sustain this because they seems to be making the Tunisians look so ordinary in the last time. But we all know what Tunisians can do. They will allow you to do your thing first and then they will come at you. But the way the Nigerians are playing, fantastic. And we can see good changes from our coach, Eric Chell, by dropping Seidu to the bench, bringing on Bruno Imachi to mount the left back, and also introducing our striker.
Franco Onyeka?
Yes, Franco Indidi also coming to the midfield because he sees that the work seems too much for Wilfred Indidi and also Alex Iwobi.
Yeah, that's the little tweak in the starting lineup for today's game. The coach says he's going to work on how to finish up games, and the Super Eagles, which is Tanzania, and the coach is saying he will surely work on how they will finish up game. But with what we've seen, this tactics is a bit more flexible than the first game, giving more width to the midfield. Franco Onyeka, Alex Iwobi, and Wilfred Indidi. Unlike the last time that it was just Frank and
Indidi and Alex
Iwobi. The addition of one man here means that the Super Eagles will not be playing with Sam Chukwueze in the attack. Adams would drift to the right, while Ademola Lookman can now play in his natural role, either coming behind the striker or drifting to the left, which I think is going to be more comfortable, and we should expect a better team shape this time. But they are also playing against a stronger side than the Tanzanians, but so far so good. The Super Eagles have dominated these games, and they are also playing with more confidence than the first game against Tanzania. I believe today is a better game. Waiting for says it all. Nigeria is on 67.2 compared to 32.8 yes, coming from Tunisia. To tell you that we are really stepping up our game, probably playing according to the strength of the opponent, because this kind of matches, you can't just play the way we played against Tanzania. They will eat us. But we have to be wary of wanting the counter from the Maghreb teams. They know how to soak up pressure. They are not bothered if we are holding possessions like we are just doing presently. They are not bothered as long as the goal is not coming. They will keep all men behind the ball, and they will be waiting for when you will lose it and eat you on the counter.
Exactly. Let's quickly look at the team list of the Tunisians because they maintain almost all the team players that played against their first game against Uganda. Now they have Damen in goal, Valeri, Brown, Talbi, Abdi, Sassi, Ben Rudham, Sekiri, Achouri, Masturi, and Mejbri. I think the only player here we should be worried about, though he has not really caused any upset or any panic, is Achouri. the FC Copenhagen striker. He scored 2 goals in their last game. But I think the Super Eagles have been able to silence him, and really all on them. The Super Eagles are playing well this 15 minutes, and let's hope that, yes, like we said, they can maintain this. And I think more men in the midfield is what has helped. So because we can dictate, we can control from the midfield, and is giving Alex Iwobi that free role to go up front and then release those passes. And if you can see, Ako seems to be crossing the ball well from that right flank position.
Yeah,
so I think it's a plus for us.
Yeah, Ako has been playing with more sense of belongings these days, and is also been able to make himself available as one of those key players for Eric Sikuchel. But I would never doubted what he can do as a footballer. You know, after he made that breakthrough from the youth rank, it's been a good one, especially when he moved to Sevilla in La Liga. It's also been doing fine. Now, let's look at the way the Super Eagles have approached this game. They have a chance to hit on goal. The goalkeeper dropped this one in the part of Osimhen, and it's a goal. This looks like a goal to me. And the offside flag is up. Both Ako Adams and Osimhen gets to that ball first time, and the referee is really saying it's offside. Game must continue. Osimhen never timed his run once again.
He was ahead.
The same issue in the last game.
This has been your complaint. I know. It has always been your complaint. Osimhen should always time his run. And I think, for me, Ako seems to be the best player for the Super standing. He has been doing everything. He has been tormenting the defense line of the Tunisians.
For Osimhen at the Africa Cup of Nations, this is the 5th disallowed goals. 3 at the 2023 edition and 2 now. All offside goals that Osimhen could have just timed his run and buried.
Then get the ball in the net.
This is a free goal that he missed, if you ask me. Before the final,
yes,
the coach needs to work on Osimhen, and probably that's his weakness that somebody must work on.
No one saw this coming. Trust me, Ola. The Tunisians have not really threatened. It has been Nigeria all the way. And I think that goal sparked something in the boys. You could see everyone. We have almost all our players in the half of the Tunisians. And we are playing with so much confidence, even better than what we displayed against Tanzania. We are really showing that quality. And I think with this now, if they can sustain this and every game they improve on, almost there, Osimhen almost got his head to that. So, Shola, for me, fantastic display from the boys.
But one thing is wrong. The final ball has been every ball to Osimhen, and Osimhen must come to the party and must also know how to beat the offside trap.
Well, maybe it's a strategy or instruction from the coach that let all balls go to Osimhen.
Then he should finish up.
And that is where he needs to now step up his game. Like you said, time your run, calculate well. He should have realized that, okay, most of my game or balls, it's always picked as an offside. So he needs proper positioning. He needs to...
The problem is not picked. Osimhen is always in that offside position.
That is what I'm saying.
And this is not the era of maybe the Italian Inzaghi. This is era of VAR. The striker must be aware of every players around him, must be aware of where the final ball is coming from, and must be aware of the thin line between being in an offside position and been trying to attack the goalpost. I think that's where Osimhen has been shot
But
in this game.
he wants to
Nigeria could
score
have
goal.
been.
He wants to
No,
score
I'm
goal.
not saying he should not score.
Uh-huh.
Nigeria is still playing 0-0 at 20 minutes despite all of the dominance because Osimhen missed a golden opportunity to put us ahead with that fantastic connecting cross coming from Akko Adams because Osimhen failed to time his run.
But it was actually a rebound. Akko played a shot.
You did see that simple line. Before Akko
took the shot.
Before Akko will get that cross in, Osimhen is ahead of everyone already. And that's where the referee is saying, there's no need to check even the VAR. I saw you are ahead and it's offside. You know, there's no check for VAR. They are so sure that the guy has overrun everyone. And that's why they are.
But what I'm saying is, it was not an intentional pass to Osimhen.
No,
it was a shot on target.
You get the point I'm trying to make.
Yes.
It's not because Akko should not go for goals or Akko want to cross out the ball. But Osimhen must
time is
not be ahead of those guys before the ball comes through. The first time Akko beat the offside trap, Osimhen was there already. So you cannot benefit from that kind of a rebound. Assuming he waited a bit and the rebound's coming, there's no advantage for him. Nigeria will have been ahead and we can score as much as 4 goals because Tunisians are not in this game at all. And that's my worry. If we fail to convert our chances early enough, we know what they can do. They soak all the pressures the last time we met and they won that game by a long goal in the round of 16. But this is a group game. Enough room for us to make amends in our next game. But meanwhile, I want to see how we can perform against a top-notch side like Tunisia. Then we can now measure how far we can go in this competition. Do you know there are a lot of doubts already casted on Super Eagles based on the fact that they didn't do well at the last half World Cup qualification games. They left it too late. And by the time they made it into the playoffs, it was 1-1 against Gabon, 1-1 against VR Congo from winning positions. These are areas that we need to work on, and we are here already. They said this will provide us redemption if you can win it, but I can tell you, our first game against Tanzania has not really given us that full chest to come out and say Super Eagles will play in the finals like we did the last time. We need games like this to really see how the Super Eagles will perform. And the Tunisians are not coming out. Why not punish them? Why will not necessarily waste chances? Osimhen missed a free header before we come on board, and he also missed another chance to put us ahead. Now that's my worry.
Yeah, Shola. So far, I think we need to take our chances. We are the better side. All the boys, all our players are really playing to expectations. Even most of us never thought they could put up this performance. But the last 20 minutes has been great and fantastic. But I still want to see that the Tunisians might still come out to attack us. Trust me, I know definitely. But we should just maintain this. We should just maintain this level of play because it has always been a close contest. Like you said, the last time we met, we lost to them by 1-0. And I know definitely they will come out. But the formation seems to be working. And our boys are really playing and doing so well. But we need to score goals so we can be rest assured. Because if you don't score this first half, and when they are weak, let me use that word, we need to punish them now. Because I know second half will definitely be a new turn of game. Trust me. I'm very sure of that. That Tunisians, they will come all out in the second half.
All right, Nigeria has been at the advantage so far in this game, and we've won more free kicks. The Tunisians has been kicking our boys because we've been making them to be so useless on the ball. Another free kick won there. The ball is stretched into the box, but the Tunisians in their numbers defended one swiftly as the ball returns to the midfield now. Good exchange of passes from Nigeria. Ademola cross into the 18 was blocked there by number 3, of Tunisian side as Eric Sekuchel clears his nose and looking way older than his age. I must say, the Super Eagles job has really pulled him so stressed left and right. And though he had to lose any game in regulation time, but he's not really enjoying the full backing of Nigerians, and he knows the AFCON can do the magic if he gets it right. And this might just be his last chance. If Nigeria didn't do well, I think he might be sacked. So you don't want to blame all the grey hairs all over him, from the BS to his fast turning bald. He's not the same person who saw the last 2 years, definitely, in terms of pressure. The Super Eagles is a bigger team. It's a team that will give more pressure than the Malian Eagles or even than the Carthage Eagles, about the biggest team on the continent. And when you have to rescue their team, poor start to the World Cup qualification, and you have to win all your 6 games before you can qualify. I'm not sure that is possible, and that's why we are not at the World Cup. But you're probably shouting redemption with this AFCON, and this is our first retest of that promises of redemption by most of the players. But let's see how it goes. Nigeria, so far so good, have been doing well. 26 minutes gone in this one. All Nigeria, all through. Fantastic evening. The way the players have really arranged themselves in this game has been encouraging. I like the fact that Franco Icard has been everywhere in that middle. Kevin Bassey also, everybody putting in their shift. But the final third has been the problem. Our attack must come to the party. I've not seen too much of Ademola Lookman in this game. Akko Adams has been the one pushing the attack, while Osimhen has not been able to bury a few of the chances created from the right flank where Akko Adams is operating.
If you look at the way the game is going now, I think Lookman dropped deep. You can see him at the edge of the center circle. He really dropped deep, and I don't know, maybe it's a strategy. But who is actually mounting that? The other wing. So, in a way, looks like we have 4 players in the midfield.
If you look at the way Lookman plays, he's not the type that will run channels on the wings, but he knows how to drift to the left, and he can also decide to play behind your main striker. So I think that's the double role he's playing here, unlike the last game where he has to drop deep into that midfield, and that's really taking a lot of energy off him. I think he's playing his best position either to the far left as an third attacker, or
you see him calling for the ball. He's very close to the 18-yard box.
Yes, that's why he plays, either behind the striker or to the far left, and that's his best position. Any chance for Nigeria to get it? Osimhen missed a free header once again.
I feel the way this game is going, we might have Osimhen to score, because all ball seems to.
This is also in an offside position. But even if he scores,
he didn't just connect well with the ball. But that was.
But you saw it. Even if he scores, he's coming from an offside position.
But that was a good cross from Bruno.
Yeah,
I think he's getting tired.
Like some of the comments on the screen, someone is saying Osimhen is a minus to this team. So far.
and I think that was the disappointment of many Nigerians as well at the last Nations Cup. So he didn't really.
It's more lively in this AFCON. See, he's ahead of everyone and cannot connect that.
Cannot connect the goal. But that was a beautiful cross from Bruno. Very good cross. Osimhen would have timed that nodding. I think he's struggling with injury.
Yeah, he's fobbing injury.
I don't want to agree to that.
No,
I think he's
once beaten, twice shy. He's just looking for an alibi why he misses that glorious chance, even though he's running out from an offside position. And he couldn't still connect.
But he's a player that has really done well for the Super Eagles. You know that's why they gave him that title, Jagu Jagu. He always play with all his heart.
I'm not saying he's not done well. What I'm saying is, so far, everybody's running away from saying that truth, and we may be in trouble. They
Tunisians almost scored it. This
just
is
come out.
the same man.
Ashuri almost opened his corner to tell you that in this kind of a game, you don't mess with your chances, and that is what they can do. So
you can see their fans jubilating,
they are
chanting.
Not even
with that just one
They are
chance.
not even carried away with the fact that we are pressing hard on them.
Yes, they are not.
They are just waiting for. Look at that instep outside of the boot. Kevin Bassey lost of ideas on how to deal with that. Thank God for that timely interception from Shemi Ajayi. Could have been Tunisia won with all of our efforts leading us as we speak.
Masturi, Achouri, they are becoming dangerous. This is actually their first corner. It took Tunisian 30-something minutes before they could even get to
our box.
Our box.
And
they almost
get it. And you can see it's a game plan.
So, well, let's see. Let's see how that will play out, because now I think with that attack, they are beginning to gain more confidence, or they are gradually bringing the game at Nigeria.
It's not gaining confidence for me. It's not bringing the game at us. It's just their game plan to watch us, see what we can do. They have all the energy reserved. They have their own tricks, and they are unleashing it at the 30 minutes mark. You can see now they are out in numbers.
Oh yes, they are coming out. But we've been fantastic. We've been fantastic that 30 minutes. So they are really coming out at us now, and I hope our boys can take advantage of that. We need to just hold the ball. Osimhen is losing the ball there. Osimhen
just lost the ball. And a good chance for Tunisia to hit that goal. Who can get in there? He was able to pass through Calvin, but the goalkeeper knows that is dangerous for that player to hit on the second ball, and he come out of his life as quickly as possible, talking about Stanley Nwabali to grab that. The Tunisians are coming.
Masturi almost got another. He was the same player that almost did a back flick that resulted into a corner, and that was a beautiful pass from there, and they are beginning to, but we need to be patient, Shola. Now that they are coming all out, I think we need to be more patient, pass the ball around more, and then let them run and look for the ball.
And they are now even running faster than they did earlier. They are no longer staying back, and this game is faster, turning into a big duel for who's able to control the midfield, create a chance, and convert it. They've shown two sparks that shows they can be very dangerous on the counter.
On the counter,
we have to watch that.
We have to really watch that. That is very, very important. And we know not Africans, they do a lot of counter attack, and they are also good with set pieces. So I think that is what we need to also pay attention to, because I know they will bring the ball to us. They will want to gain set pieces at the edge of our boxes, and that is might be dangerous for us because we can't commit unnecessary fouls. They have and corner kicks as well, and this is exactly what they are looking for. They know the time is ticking down, and probably if they can get a goal, that will help them. But Nigerians, the Super Eagles as well, we need to quickly wrap up this game, get that goal. But my question now is, if we score, do we have the capacity to hold onto the goal?
Anyways, in the last 3 games, the Super Eagles have conceded goals in their game after they score first. So your questioning of the capacity is not out of order. But meanwhile, we are back pressing them back into their own box. A good cross from Indidi. Who gets in there first was the Tunisia defending with everything they have. Indidi with the final shot on target, but that was a bit high than the required range. Good one for the Super Eagles. I like the fact that we are pressing them back, responded very well, and I'm sure they will have to watch their back. Akko Adams almost putting his head into that one. He was pushed down that Abbey, and Tunisia manages to get away with that final shot coming from Wilfred Indidi. It's still goalless after 35 minutes. Nigerians will not complain too much in this one. The Super Eagles have really come to this game with a different approach compared to in that Tanzanian game.
Yes, seriously. They have really played well. All the boys, they are using very good energy. That was a cross, almost. Tunisians, almost. Like we said, they can be dangerous on the counter. Masturi again, 3 chances from Masturi, and is beginning to be a problem. And I think that should be a wake-up call for Semi Ajayi and Calvin Bassey, because they seems to be flat for me. They are not really doing what is expected of them. And if we can't hold this guy, I hope he's not going to punish us.
The number 10 guy has been very, very effective with his use of ball in the final third for the Tunisian team. And that is where my worry lies for the Super Eagles. Every time they decide to attack, it's a huge trouble dealing with them. They've won 2 corner kicks out of 3 attacks on the Super Eagles in the last 5 minutes, and we have to watch it. Another corner kick, a flick of the other takes us out. Super Eagles out in their numbers now, while the Carthage Eagles decided to return the ball to their own half, despite the fact that Super Eagles have made 201 passes. The same number of chances have been created by the two sides. Another expose of the back line, the long ball from behind, and everybody was chasing. Semi Ajayi, wrong timing of his leg. And is that not Masturi again?
No, it's not Masturi.
The number 10 is very skillful. Semi Ajayi was left in his wake and grasped him for air. I'm sure he must be thanking his stars that Indidi was able to recover on time.
Yes, Indidi made a vital interception. And then Semi Ajayi, like we said, really needs to be alert. He needs to be very calculative, because when you are playing a side that they are very fast and they can cause havoc, that means you yourself, you have to really raise your game. So, and Indidi knows, and that is why you see most times Indidi will always put himself in that position of the center back to do cover up. And I think that is what a captain or a proper defensive midfielder should do. You must always be there. You must make sure that once there is a loophole, you cover up and then you clean all the mess. And I think that is what he has done, and exactly what he also tried to do against Congo DR before controlling that ball, and then the player was there to block. But in this game, it's a good one, good one from our players. Indidi, Adams Akor, and Bruno Oyemachitu. Oyekatu has been doing well, but we want Osimhen to join this party as soon as possible by scoring that goal that is required. And also, Ademola Lookman has been silent again in a way. We want him to also step up, bring that spark, the creative Ademola Lookman that we know. Bring something out of nothing and put smiles on the 160 million Nigerians.
Well, maybe that can be accounted for the fact that we've not really played to the left side, as most of our balls have been coming through the right wings, where Ako Adams is operating from. Ako Adams has been a Trojan for these defense now Tunisians to deal with. And anyway, coach, we want to continue with his fittest player. I think Ako is our fittest player in the attack. He understands the plot and is really taking the game to the Tunisians. Maybe that's why Ademola Lookman has been a bit silent or absent. But I think he's very, very mobile and agile, waiting for any of those balls to come to him. Unfortunately, all of our final ball has gone the way of Osimhen, and he's not been able to convert. At least if he has been in his imperial form that we know, Nigeria should be 2 goals up now.
Exactly.
And I just hope you can do better than what we are doing presently. But if you check the last 10 minutes, the game, we can no longer create those chances again, because the Tunisians have put more men in the middle, and they've also tried to attack through the center and through the right fullback as well, which I think they succeeded 3 times, which resulted in 2 corner kicks. The Super Eagles must find a way to break these Tunisians down. Anytime they defend in numbers. Anytime they attack, they also attack in numbers. We should watch out for what they can do anytime the ball is in their feet.
Exactly. And if you also look at it, it's because the game is changing. Tunisians have started attacking, so definitely that has limited our chances, or has limited us from creating chances like that. But the boys are still, for me, they are still doing what they are supposed to do, because when they are attacking us, we always have one or two players that is also doing the marking. We just have to be careful, and then so we don't allow allow us trying to create chance distract us as we are hunting for goal or chasing goals. We should not also concede that goal, because these Tunisians are fast with what we have seen. They are very, very mobile and athletic as well. And that is why we must be sensitive, very, very sensitive, and not allow any cheap goals or any mistake that will put us into trouble.
All right, we faced the last 5 minutes of this encounter is still very close and still goalless. Well, that should not surprise us. If we check the last 10 outing between Nigeria and Tunisia, Tunisia won just once, Nigeria also won once, and the rest ended in a draw, to tell you how close it can be. But at the AFCON, we've always been the better side. We've won 3 times, they've won just one. While we have 2 games drawn, this is the 7th time we are playing at the AFCON. But our rivalry has always been deep, very, very close. 21 matches played in all, 6-1 by Tunisia, then 5-1 by Nigeria. The remaining 10 is ended in draw with a couple of World Cup qualifications games, which has in either Nigeria or Tunisia qualified at each other's expense, and sometimes the 2 of us will not be able to make it. But meanwhile, 42 minutes gone, goalless. We may just see the first time Super Eagles not been able to score a goal in the first half in the last 5 games. If we continue this way for the next 2 or 3 minutes, depending on the other time.
We are playing a rival, and you know it has always been a close contest between Tunisia and Nigeria, because like we all said, for me, this game might maybe end in a draw. Maybe it's a goalless draw or a goal draw, but I see it. And even if there will be a winner, as much as we want the Super Eagles to win, could that be it? Go!
Victor Osimhen finally! Osimhen
That is what he's known for.
First ball from the left side of the goods.
I was just saying it. That I
makes it 5 games on the bounce that Super Eagles will score in the first half.
Yes.
Victor Osimhen finally
Osimhen
put his head onto that well-timed cross from Ademola Lookman on the left.
Fantastic cross. Fantastic header from Victor Osimhen. Victor Osimhen.
Nigeria won.
Victor Osimhen. Now
Victor Osimhen won.
He timed his run now, and he's not
amazing. By now it should be 3 goals.
Look at that. He waited, and Ademola Lookman waited calmly before picking, and Osimhen was there.
Yeah, I think the magic here is Ako Adams going through the center, a lot of players on him, and Osimhen comes behind with that well-timed headed goal. Fantastic. And I think we are being able to justify all of our effort in the first half.
And that is why I say, Shola, let's go back to our traditional way of playing, which is the 4-4-2, crossing and nodding. In the era, if you look at it now, we have scored 2 goals from heading. It has always been a cross. Against Tanzania, Alex Iwobi crossed and Semi Ajayi was there. Now, look at what is happening again. When you know that you have particular players and this is their strength, play to every player's strength. Osimhen can nod. Semi Ajayi can nod. Why can't we just be doing our normal crosses? And that is what has paid off now. Even though he has missed some begging chances that we all thought he should have buried. If he has scored those goals from even crossing, maybe by now we'll be up by 3 goals. So that is what I'm saying. All these experimenting 4-3-3, 4-2-1, 4-5-2 probably is not working for us. Let's go to the traditional way. What raised our football in the early 90s.
All right, Ademola Lookman is really charging forward now and is applying himself to every action in the final third and has really paid off with that pinpoint cross on the other side. He moves to the right now. Arco Adams is now playing that role behind Victor Osimhen, and I think that's the dynamics that these different dimensional players brings to the Super Eagles. Ademola Lookman, Arco Adams, Victor Osimhen, the trio are really gelling, playing the attack for the Super Eagles. I hope the midfield will be able to give their best with the addition of Frank, with adding more flesh to that, and the final and the back four as well will be able to maintain this. In all of those 5 games, there's only South Africa and Nigeria just come back from a go down. The rest, we've relinquished all our leads. I would second half will not be the same way it was in all of those games, including Tanzania. That's a halftime whistle from the center referee. Nigeria smiling to the dugouts, deservedly, as Osimhen is talking to Frank Oyeka, talking to everybody that we can do this. We should not allow the Tunisian to get back, I guess, because we've been relinquishing our leads all this time.
That's the goal again. That's the goal again. The way Lookman took his time. Nwabali have been shown a yellow card there. The way he took his time and the way Osimhen also waited for that cross. You could see him throwing all his body before he could head the ball in goal. And that is to tell you that it is the creative part of Ademola Lookman that we have been yearning for. Once Ademola Lookman is playing, you can expect something sparkling and something great. And that is why you cannot, or all our players cannot afford not to bring their A game to every match, because we know what you can do. And if you don't give us that thing, then it means we will not get the result we needed.
All right, in case you just join us, it's the watch along on Sport Flames YouTube. You can share this with your friends who come your way every match day, especially during this AFCON. And this is the second game that the Super Eagles were playing in this AFCON. And it's a good first half so far, 1-0, just the way it was against Tanzania. And we've been able to put up a better game compared to that game as well. And the team is also expressing themselves more. And I think it's a good way to end this first half. Nigerians will not be watching this with high blood pressure, and they should expect a better second half. Let's start from there. What do you expect in the second half? Like the last time, you are clamoring for some players to be brought in. Who do we have on the bench that can change things, or do you think we are good as we are now, at least for now?
Well, for now, since we are leading and we've been playing well, all departments have stepped up their game. So I don't think anybody should be introduced immediately now. Everybody is really doing well, but we should just have patience, and we should maintain it. We should not drop the game. Everybody is really playing well, and we should now be more patient, do more of the passes, and realize that a win for us here today guarantees our spot in the round of 16. So, which means we are not going anywhere. We stay here, and we can say we want to top the group. So that is why Eric Chell should show quality now. All you need to tell them is you have the win in your hand right now. Don't rush. Even if you don't score, another goal, I don't think it's a problem because our game has always been closed. It's either 1-0 or we play a draw. All now is every man behind the ball. We should not look for more goals and concede. We should maintain it like this, and everybody should mark. But once a player is tired, you can quickly bring in another person. So for now, I don't think we need any fresh legs. The only player that can be introduced is a player that will add to the marking ability of the team.
All right, definitely we'll see what the coach will bring in the second half as we are 45 more minutes to go in this game. I believe if we continue in this same trajectory, Super Eagles will book their place in the round of 16. It's been so tough in the second round. If you check games from Group A, Group B, even Group D that was played earlier today, only one team has been able to win today, and that is Benin Republic. They lost their first game, so they needed that victory badly against Botswana, which they got. But personally, I expect Morocco to have won their second game by now, but it doesn't happen.
They drew.
Mali came back, and so it's only Egypt that has been able to get a round of 16 qualifying tickets. Yeah. Do you think the Super Eagles can join them this evening?
It's possible. It's possible. With the way the game is going, we look like someone that is ready for the round of 16. Trust me. If these are some of the displayed we have put up in World Cup qualifiers, probably we won't find ourselves lagging behind or not going to the World Cup. This is, for me, they are a long time because nobody thought this is how the game will look like. Even Tunisians are not really, how will I put it, threatening. They are not giving us the kind of game we thought they would have brought. So should we say it's a strategy? No. I think this first half, probably that's the best they could offer. If that is the best they can offer, that means we are the better side. We have every advantage to even get more goals. But like I said, we can't afford to lose guard. We can't allow them to come. But with the way they are playing, Shola, I think at the end of 90 minutes, we might be the second team that would have secured the round of 16 tickets.
Definitely, the Tunisians are not offering much in this game, apart from that one or two spark from the 30 minutes mark. Since then, before then, I didn't see them at all. We could have gone 2 goals ahead, and afterwards, little spark here and there. How on earth will Nwabali be picking unnecessary cards? This is not the first time he'll be doing that.
You know, Nwabali is an actor. Sometimes he will just act. Actually, we've not really known what led to that yellow card offense, but we saw him around the coach
and
charging the coach. So we don't know. Maybe he's also fighting his teammate. Or it's because it displayed that in Nigeria here, you know, giving warning to Calvin Bassey. He's used to that, and I think they've all known him, they've managed him. But I guess there's a trouble. So he just needs to calm down. Don't bring on any unnecessary drama, and don't cause problem, because this is something everyone has worked for. This is what we've all looked at, that we need this game. We will please put smiles on our faces, and don't mess it up with your own 1 minute madness. That is what Nigerians will not forgive him for.
All right, I hope he can keep his composure
I hope so too.
As the commission progresses, because under yellow card means he's going to miss a game, so he must avoid unnecessary cards because nobody wants to trust Francis Zor and Amas Obasage, since we missed the opportunity of bringing.
I think it was actually Victor Osimhen that received the yellow card,
and not
Nwabali.
Oh,
yes,
okay.
Not Stanley Nwabali.
I think that's safe enough because we still have more attacking options to call on,
exactly.
even if Osimhen is going to miss next game, which I don't even want him to miss. But it would be too hard on us if Stanley, who has come in as a rescue in the last 18 months or thereabout for the Super Eagles, to be missing games out of the AFCON. And we have to go back to Francis Zaw that was in goal in the 2018 FIFA World Cup that could not even replicate such form ever since then. So Nwabali must stay fit and should be in goal in all our games. Otherwise, it could be disastrous.
Exactly, Shola. And if you look at the statistics in the first half, Nigeria has or enjoyed 70% possession, while Tunisia just 30%. And we had 10 shots, while Tunisia had just only 3.
They are not in this game.
No, they are not.
I hope it continues this way. They will concede more goals if they cannot do more than what we've seen in this first half.
Exactly, they need to, because and I think it's better for us. It's better for us. As much as we all want Nigerians to win, that was what I said the last time, that tell us you can play football, give us beautiful football. We didn't just win one of the most entertaining teams as far back as 1994 at the World Cup, because it's because of the beautiful display of football artistry. And that is why what we want, but not that you are playing and we are not satisfied. We watch football with panic. No, it's not something we should do. So we are better, and let us win convincingly as well.
Does this have anything to do with the introduction of Frank Onyeka in the midfield? We saw how Jose Peseiro tweaked the midfield at the last AFCON when they played Onyedika and Onyeka together as in a 3-4-3 formation, and it took us to the finals. And since then, a lot of people are saying our game is boring, we are not putting flair. Jose Peseiro have to change his style, or he goes. At the end of the day, he left, and the team turned from bad to worse. And now, gradually, we just trying to pick up the pieces. Probably one of the reasons we don't qualify for the FIFA World Cup. Onyeka how key is Onyeka in that midfield? The more you try to ignore him, the more you put yourself in trouble, because less pressure on Wilfred in this game. Alex Iwobi has more freer time to go forward, and coaches have been ignoring Onyeka, even in his club.
Yes, I think that's something we can't say much about. But if we have to look at his presence in the Super Eagles team, we can say he's a very vital player, or a key player that needs playing time. This is a guy that we all know can mark, can run, but he may lose the ball and he might not score a goal. And that's the difference between him and Raphael Onyedika, because he has the energy. And Nigerian team, we've lacked that player that can mark for us. And you need a marker. And that is what Indidi always try to do most times. But because of his age, he doesn't really have the strength and energy to take it longer. But Onyeka presence here, I can see, added more value to that midfield and increased our marking ability. He stopped a lot of runs from Mejbri, the Tunisian guy, the number 10. He tried to do some damage or cause some damage, but it was always there. If you look at Onyeka, he has close to about 4 to 5 interceptions that we can see, and that is the quality of a midfielder. That is the reason why you are there, because if you are there and we can't count all this, then it shows you are doing nothing. Then successful passes, Alex Iwobi has really done his bit as well. You see him receiving the ball from the midfield and also launching that attack. He released about 2 to 3 balls that we can count. The one to Adams Ako made a cross that Osimhen could not connect well. He also made another long balls to the attack to what's it called? Ademola Lookman. So these are the things you have to do. These are the qualities you have to bring on board. And that is why you are there. And I think Onyeka inclusion, trust me, it's really, really helped these Super Eagles of Nigeria today.
Fantastic one from Onyeka as he has brought his A game into this game. Dirty jobs, you may not see him with all of those fine passes or getting even among the goals, but his inclusion has really changed the Super Eagles' outlook, the way they've approached this game, dominating the midfield and also bossing the game, also dictating how it's going to run, while the Tunisians only chase shadows. Nigeria is leading 1-0, courtesy of that 43 minutes goal from the head of Victor Osimhen, of that pinpoint cross from the boot of Ademola Lookman, even though he missed a couple of attempts coming from Adams on the right. The Super Eagles have been able to pin down this game. I hope they can do it in the second half. All right, we wait for the second half of this game as we look forward to what is going to happen. The team is back on the pitch, and Tunisia is getting us started, but the Super Eagles have regained possession as quickly as possible. Oshai on the right is winning his battle with the number 5 of Tunisian, and then wins a free kick. The Super Eagles are playing with more confidence, pushing the ball forward. Let's enjoy the remaining 45 minutes of this game. Hopefully, Nigeria can easily book this round of 16 tickets without the press of calculator, because we are used to pressing calculators when it comes to qualifying for crucial stages in competitions these days.
Yes, the Nigerians, we are now playing more calm. Like I said, that is Alex Iwobi again, which I told you. You could see him. That is exactly what we need him for, because you have a good cross there, almost what a miss from Onyeka. What a miss. You could see he has tracked back immediately. You could see the Indidi there, or
Calvin Bassey as well.
Calvin Bassey. Yes, okay, and that's Semi Ajayi.
Yeah, Semi Ajayi actually went into that one to see if he can also push the attack. Where Frank left has quickly recovered by the centre-backs, where Calvin and Indidi are waiting. And I think the Super Eagles are playing far, far better than they did against Tanzania. Sometimes the opponent determines how you also apply yourself.
We didn't play like this against Congo DR. Congo DR is another good opponent, and we didn't really play. Against Gabon, we didn't play as good as this. Against South Africa, we didn't play as good as this. So, but what they've done, or what Eric Chell has done to bring out this level of play from these boys, I think it should continue. We don't know what he has done. If it is the training that has brought this quality out, please maintain and sustain that training pattern. If it is working on their psyche that you have used to give us that quality football in the first half, please continue with it. All we want is, we want our boys to play. That is Wobi. Look at that again. And I want the boys to maintain this. So far, we've played 3 minutes in the second half. I think they've sustained where they stopped, or they've continued from where they stopped in the first half.
All right, Alex Iwobi has continued to be the push behind all our attacks through the middle. That's a fantastic ball forward from him. Was able to pick out Bruno Yemashi, who also tried to slide the ball into the path of Osimhen in the box, but good that timely leg onto the ball from that defensive line of Tunisia pushed that one into corner kicks, and Nigeria is really putting the pressure on the back line of Tunisia. I don't think they ever come out of this. That's goal number 2. Goal number 2 for Nigeria. And the captain this time around leading from behind, coming all the way to put his head into this. The Super Eagles getting the second goal of this game. That's back-to-back 2 goals for Nigeria in back-to-back games. The Nigerian team is really cruising. Everybody is jubilating, and the fans are also jubilating. Nigerians are really, really happy. Now the Tunisians are in trouble.
All I can say is ta-na-na-na-na, ta-na-na-na, another goal from Eden.
Another headed goal.
You don't understand. That is Indidi.
Second assist
From Ademola
Lookman. Replicating what Alex will be did in the first game.
This is Super Eagles. Shola, this is Super Eagles.
The Tunisians are confused, and I don't think they will ever survive this. They are dumbfounded. They don't know what has hit them. They will concede more goals from the look of things. The Super Eagles are really enjoying this, giving us joy as Nigeria is leading. 44-minute goal, 5 minutes after the break, Indidi double the lead. And I think this game is far beyond what the Tunisian side can comprehend. The Super Eagles is flying far higher than the Carthage Eagles.
Yes, that is why we are super. They are Carthage. So Super Eagles, we don't win.
Well, we have 39 more minutes to go. And it's a game of football. Anything can happen, but with this kind of output from Tunisia, they are really disappointing in their game, and Super Eagles will punish them. But they have a free kick. Let's see how Nigeria will deal with this. This is their first free kick in this game. If I didn't miscount my numbers, this is their first free kick at this kind of position. Every player of the Super Eagles are in the box now, ready to defend this, while Tunisia, with the set piece, drop the ball straight into the head, but Kevin Bassey put his head onto that, and Bruno will walk with this. Good touch of passes. Nigeria stretch the ball forward, locating Ademola Lookman. His header brings in down. Osimhen quickly walk on it, getting the ball to the right side as Kevin Bassey locates Alex. Alex beat 1, beat 2. Finally, passing the ball to a Tunisian who immediately loses possession due to maybe hard challenge, but the referee has sounded the whistle. The coach, Sami Trabesi, can never understand what has hit his team. They scored 3 goals in the first game, and now they've considered 2. The Super Eagles practically bossing this group, and if it's considered this way, nothing can stop them from topping this.
Nothing can stop them, and I'm just super excited, Shola. I am really excited because it's been long. It's been long that we saw something like this, and but now we made Tunisians look so ordinary.
This is the kind of games average Nigerians expected, and that even if we are not going to win, let's play comfortable football.
Exactly.
Let's be. There's no need for panic. There's no need for anybody checking their BP because Super Eagles wants to play. Unlike the kind of hypertensive football they played during the FIFA World Cup qualifications. Look at the way they've applied themselves there. Good touch of passes, good off-ball runs, fantastic anticipation. Everything has been perfect so far, and that is not so surprising that they are leading by 2 goals to 0. They can score more goals because the confidence level is very, very. Ademola Lookman with a chance. Osimhen 1-on-1 with the goal post. Oh, the 2 of them cannot just bring something out of nothing there. The issue I have with Osimhen passes, the pass was backward instead of passing inwards.
But
into the box.
I really don't know why he has to pass back.
It has to do with
you are a striker.
You have nobody in front of you.
You can drive in, then take a shot.
Drive in, pass, but make it forward, not backward.
He made an attacking pass to you. Ademola Lookman made an attacking pass to you, and you have to now return the pass to him.
And he decided to return a backward pass, and that was what actually led to that final. But you can see the coaches are even discussing that it could have been goal number 3.
Yes.
And I hope Ogunwadede is not telling Eric Shell to see Osimhen is not helping us. You see what I told you. You see what I told you.
I don't know. At this level, it needs to be mindful of the way.
A chance for Tunisia. The pass beats everyone once again, and the goalkeeper of his line.
What is happening?
Track back, pulled away their striker. I don't know. The whistle is gone already, but
yes.
Stanley Nwabali seems to have done something that is not needed. He tracked down the striker after the whistle is gone. He doesn't need that. Yellow card flashed to Shemi
Ajayi.
And let's see how the referee will look at this, because even after the ball, you can still be red carded, and that was outside of this line. He doesn't even need to do anything to that striker. The whistle is gone already, and it's really looking malicious, and it may be booked for what do you call it now? The whistle is gone at this point.
At that point, yes.
And the goalkeeper still went and put his leg unnecessarily.
Let's hope. Okay, he has been.
This is Shemi Ajayi's yellow card for this tackle. Yes. The pass went through, and the man is free on goal, and our goalkeeper decided to hit the onrushing striker. Oh, he escaped with that one. Nothing has happened.
Tunisians, I know they will start this.
But I think the referee made a mistake of not allowing that advantage to wait and see where that ball will end.
Yeah, exactly. But let's hope. He has taken his decision right from the spot.
That's what I'm saying. There's this benefit of wait and see that he didn't allow.
There's no point for that again, Shola. Because immediately the tackle came in, he stopped the play.
He stopped the play.
And then he issued. But the play has already continued. I'm so sure he can't even see what is happening behind. So Nwabali might be lucky.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. He escaped with that one.
So he escaped with that.
And the VAR is not permitted to check in that kind of a situation.
Except they call him back.
But the lesson is Nwabali must
be careful.
Be careful.
Very, very careful.
And also tame that. Is that not what we call 1 minute madness? He must tame it.
He needs to be very, very careful, and caution himself, because any card for him whereby he misses the next game, then that might be a trouble.
Too hard for Nigeria to even cope with.
Yes.
But meanwhile, the Tunisians are pulling more tricks. The player is about to be changed, and because the tackle on him is so huge. That's the pass. And I feel he beats the offside trap, but the whistle is gone. And our goalkeeper still went in with all his body off his line and pulling the player down. I hope he's not going to be booked for this. This looks like a red card offense to me.
Yes, but I like we said, that has been, they've called the Achouri. That's the dangerous man, the FC Copenhagen striker. He scored 2 goals in their last game. And this is the man. I think they are showing this. I hope VAR will not call the referee back. They are really showing it. The center referee seems not to be interested. The way I think, yes, plays continues.
Yeah, I think he's been talked to, and he has allowed a free kick. He has allowed the free kick to be taken. Meanwhile, no card to Stanley Nwabali, but he needs to watch his movements even after the whistle is gone. The referees still have the power to issue cards. All right, Nigeria is still leading in case just join us on Sport Flames. I share the link with your friends. It's a watch along that we'll be doing in all of the Super Heroes game. Hopefully, we can stay behind the microphone here and jubilate when we win the cup on January 18, 20, 26.
That is what we desire, and we are looking forward to that because seriously, today's game, they've really, really raised our hope again and given us an assurance that, yes, Nigeria can play football. We
All
can
right.
play football.
We can play. And over the years, we've shown that we can play. If you check, Nigeria has won more medals than any other team in this competition. 16 medals in all, 8
Silver medal.
bronze medals.
Silver
Golden
medal.
bronze. At the time, it turns to that golden bronze.
Golden bronze.
5 silver and the 3 gold medal. I think
medals.
we should have done better. If no one has played in the semi-finals more than Nigeria, why should anyone win the
almost
win the trophy more than Nigeria? I think Egypt played in just 8 finals and they won 7.
They won 7, exactly.
And Nigeria have played 8 finals. But that's another close one.
Yes, from Akko.
We could have buried this. The Tunisians are no longer playing. They've run out of steam. The concentration is no longer there. All of our passes in the box are tearing their defense open, tearing them apart. They don't even have an answer to Akko Adams, Victor Osimhen, and Ademola Lookman combinations.
Yeah, seriously, we are beginning to dominate now, and Tunisians are beginning to show their other side, which is the aggressive part. We all know them. They can be very, very aggressive when a situation is not really going their way. You can see a lot of push in their box. Osimhen, everyone is behind the ball, and there is aggression.
I think it's just a mask on their fear because they consider 2 goals from headed goals, and there's another corner kick. The last time Nigeria played the corner, it rested at the back of the net. I think that's why.
That is why, yes, the pressure is everywhere. They don't want to concede another goal.
Yes, they have to be aggressive and do everything within their means to distract the Super Eagles getting into proper place.
President Ibrahim Gusso seated beside the
Mosepe, the president of CAF.
Yeah.
But let's quickly discuss this. The president of CAF is saying the AFCON should be played every 4 years after the 2029 edition. I don't know. How will that improve the growth of football on the continent?
It will be tough, if I must say. I don't see everyone meeting up with the introduction of the African Nations League. Because if you say 4 years for AFCON because you want to introduce Nations League, my question is, must we do what the Europeans are doing? The Europeans have the quality, they have the facilities to do that. But if you look at most most African nations, they don't even have good stadiums. So is it in your plan to at least give each country a befitting stadium so they can use? Some of these African countries are not even playing in their own country. They have to go elsewhere to play qualifiers and the likes. So I think the 2 years is really good for Africa, coupled with the fact that we are still developing. It is everybody cannot be like Morocco. If all African countries can be like Morocco, then the 4 years Cup of Nations can be accepted, then African Nations League can be introduced.
Well, another free kick for Super Eagles and a good in-swinger from Ademola Lookman, which went straight to the head of Akko Adams, and the goalkeeper makes that one an easy catch. But meanwhile, still on the AFCON of 4 years, is it bowing to pressures from FIFA and the European clubs, because a lot of them have complaints about the fact that they are releasing their players too often for this competition that is not in this summer?
It's possible because we all report to FIFA. FIFA has the final control and everything. And don't forget, European market is the big deal when it comes to football in the world. And they have to be very sensitive. That is where everybody is putting most of the funds. and capital, and they have the final say. Like we all know, in our saying here, ẹni tó lówó ló lówó. So European market controls the football business, and that is why they can bring pressure. So I think the pressure is coming, and CAF, in a way, they want to succumb to the pressure. If not, I don't think they will consider it. They will consider it at all, because for every developing nation or football league or association, you need consistency. World Cup at under 17 level now, they want to introduce every year. They've even started, both female and the male. They want to be having it every year. That is what development is all about. Africa football is still developing. 4 years will be too long for us to get the best. So that means you are telling us now that a player that is 26 now, before he can play African Cup of Nations, will be when he's already 30.
Anyways, we are used to the 2 years, and it's natural that there will be some form of resistance to any form of change, whether it's going to be good or bad. People feel more comfortable staying with what they are used to. And at the end of the day, if the change do occur, like they say, change is the only thing that is permanent in the world. And we have to now live with the consequences. But from the look of things, like you said, it's not because it's a chance for Nigeria. Can this be the third goal?
Ademola Lookman!
Is a goal! Victor Osimhen turns the provider this time. And Ademola Lookman stepping, finishing off fantastically.
This is it. Tell me when last you have this kind of scoreline, Nigeria versus Tunisia.
I don't think it's ever happened. Apart from in 2000, Nigeria, Ghana, when Finidi George, the likes of Tijani Babangida, Ikesho Robun, Austin Jejo, Kocha, Kanu Nwankwo played against Tunisia. They defeated them in Lagos 4-2. But this is even more rampant. 3 goals, 2 goals in the second half, and the Tunisians have no answer. Look at us, defense splitting pass. This is what
from
we expect.
Alex.
Yeah, this is what we expect from Alex, and he has been doing that in this competition. Just look up, finally playing like his uncle, Mr. JJ Okocha, with that pass. And Ademola Lookman, with all the composure in the world, with his steez, the ball hits 1, 2, 3, 4 players, and finally hitting the side pole into the back of the net. Nigeria 3, Tunisia 0. Amazing performance from Nigeria. This is highly unexpected, I must tell you.
Shola, this is massive. And kudos to everyone that has inspired these boys. And don't forget, before Nations Cup, I said it. I said a lot of people believe that whenever we don't prepare well, that is when we do well.
This is the time you start hearing Nigeria as I said it. When nobody trusted this team.
That is what I am saying.
When we are where 3 or 4 days ago, you are shouting, Akisomiru. You never believe these boys can just get something done. And here we are, you said it.
You know why? What I am saying is that time, that day, the match was going out of hands.
And you didn't say it again.
No, because they are doing, it's so, you can't replace a good player. When someone is doing, the first half, I said,
nobody should be removed.
No, yeah. And I said Ademola Lookman should bring up his game. We all know what he can do. He's automatically the man of the match in this game. 2 assists, 1 goal. And he has been playing so well. Even Alex Iwobi is also there. He has been distributing those passes. So why should you bring someone without no experience?
So you will definitely canvass for this same lineup in our subsequent matches.
If they can be consistent. If they can give us display like this for the next 3 games, I would rather leave them. I would rather advocate for them to continue. But once they are tired, that is why you have more players. you can always bring in a player that can complement or replicate the effort of the player you are putting on the bench.
Yeah, all the grammars we start rolling out now because the Super Eagles are really pushing the narrative and everybody's enjoying this. This is kind of football we want to watch. Let's enjoy Nigeria play. Whether it's against Minos or the Giants, Nigeria should always turn up because we have the players scattered in the big clubs all over Europe. We have about the biggest squad in terms of market value. Why not? If not, we will always struggle on the continent. But this evening performance has been wonderful. It's been so sweet. If you are looking for Nigerian jollof, this is a perfect one served here today by the Super Eagles.
This scoreline is a joy giver. Trust me, it's indeed a joy giver. And Tunisia, as much as I'm happy, I think they didn't really live up to expectation. They make the game look one-sided. Trust me, this is 70.
Is it because Super Eagles is too good for them in terms of what the coach deployed, or they just respected Nigeria too much, trying to waiting for that counter that never come, and they are bereft of ideas on how to play the Super Eagles?
Well, I think we are superior in all departments. Probably their strategy didn't work for them. They came up with a strategy and they ended up not utilizing it well because we are able to block every hole. Because based on my understanding of coaching, you make sure that you block all penetrative pass and you block all runs. And that is what Nigeria, the Super Eagles have done. Indidi, look at Indidi there again. Captain Fantastic. Indidi has been everywhere. Likewise, Oyeka. And Semi Ajayi as well. You could see where Semi Ajayi chased the player to before he received that yellow card at the center circle. That is to tell you they pay attention to details. Everyone, make sure you follow your man. Make sure you follow your player. Look at Indidi again. See where Indidi is. It's just at the edge of the arc in our own half. You can see 1, 2, 3, 6 Nigerian players there. That is telling you that they are paying attention to details. Probably they've watched their game against Uganda and they see that they like to do a lot of runs and they like to do penetrative pass. Don't give room for that and we can get the result done.
And the addition of Frank Oyeka, he has been the cover, the buffer for the back four, especially the two left and right backs. Anytime they are out of shape, you can quickly plug in himself there. Anytime they are behind him, he stays in front and deal with the players first before he gets to those guys. And you can also see him on your screen. Oyeka has been everywhere in this game. And I love the fact that he's really justified his inclusion. I'm sure the coach will be confused whether to stick playing him, and notice should be confusing here. If it works against Tunisia, it should work against any other big side on the continent. I like the fact that we are also getting our 6 points because earlier we saw
Egypt.
our two other group opponents.
Oh, okay. Tanzania. And they played the draw.
1-1 draw.
Yes.
Which means we can afford to see other players in our last game because it's going to be inconsequential. We don't care about whether we win or lose. We are in the next round based on the fact that 6 points is far unassailable by either of those two sides, and two teams guarantee spot and probably a third side from our group who qualify to the next round. So whatever happens in this game, we are through. We can afford to rest some of these players. Or what do you suggest?
It's certain we are staying extra days in Morocco because a lot of people have been looking at it, that what happened, let's scale through the first round. I think it's good. It should be a good decision, but players that we look at Nwabali. Look at Nwabali conceding. He has started his 1 minute madness, like we said.
It's 3-1. In case you are wondering why we should be looking at Nwabali, Nigeria don't consider the goal of a free kick. Something that looks like it should not trouble anyone, but good lob into the box. Nobody's marking that free header, and the ball bounces in front of Nwabali and beats him squarely. He was down before the ball came, and probably that's why Toye is asking us to look at him. It's 3-1. Probably is not the beginning of the comeback for Tunisia. Gary just came on board for Achouri.
Yeah,
And
he was silenced.
And another player was able to get the goal.
Achouri was actually silenced because he scored 2 goals.
And now they're attacking us once again, beating all the defense line. Can this one beat? The goalkeeper reacted faster now, and he was able to save a corner kick. He decided to go for a long one. Can it be an assist? Victor Osimhen fighting for a one-on-one. He's been beaten to it as Tunisia are not defending. I think that's Anaba that plays for Manchester United.
Yes, he's the one. But he has not really done much. He has not really done much. We were able to stop him, mark him well, and then I think he's blaming himself. he's complaining because of that error. Because of that error, you have to go down for them to console you, for them to pity you, or what should we do? It's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. But the only thing here is just that
he's complaining about his knees, and the Tunisians are trying to help him out. He says no, they should not touch him. But let's see what the Nigerian bench can do. And Nwabali has been playing lots of tantrums by my personal reckoning here, and I don't really.
He's used to that.
I don't really think he's serious about being Super Eagles #1 for long. I wish Maduka Okoye is here.
That's exactly what I have been saying. He needs to be thrown, put him on the bench, let him watch. But he's our #1 for now. There is nothing we can do. What? But he needs to just step up. He needs to calm himself down and let him understand that it's a big and huge responsibilities for him.
Well, our coach is trying to bring on board 2 players. Educate. He didn't play the last game, so he's looking for his second AFCON appearance. He was in the 2019 edition, and at the time he was in the cooler. Nobody reckons with him, and he's back during the playoffs for the World Cup, and the coach is looking at him on the bench. There's also Moses Simon. I was wondering, Moses Simon used to be our go-to guy on the left flank, and suddenly he's been playing more times on the bench. I think it's due to the tactics of Eric Sikuchel, not because Simon is not a good player.
Yes, it's the tactics, and if you have a player like Ademola Lookman, you have player like Samuel Chukwueze, you have options, and the tactics deployed, which allows Adams Achouri to play more on the wing. I don't think Moses Simon will really be needed like that. But he's a good player. You can see now he has been substituted for Adams Achouri, so which allows him now to fully operate as the winger that he is. So he's still relevant in the team. Trust me.
We are bringing in 2 out-and-out wingers. So maybe I think they are going to give more width to the left back in terms of defending more than attacking. And anytime we have a breakaway, they can easily join the attack, which I think is better. The way Tunisians have played more on the wings today, and thank God that we have agile players in Bruno and Osai, who have really put in the shift with the help of Franco Yeka as well. So with the introduction of these out-and-out strikers, it will act as a way of pinning down the attack from front instead of getting to our back line before we start defending. Let's see how these players will interpret and defended in the next 11 minutes for us to get away with this. 3 goals, 3 points. 1 goal considered against Tunisia.
And Onyeka has been substituted. So, but
Okay, Onyeka has left the pitch.
yes, I don't know how that wants to work now. That's Calvin Bassey, but referee waves play on there.
And Tunisia coming out in their numbers.
Yes.
Putting more pressure on the wings, like I said. And they are still going through the left wing of their attack. But Ejuke have to drop deep and trot that into something like a corner kick. Calvin Bassey lost his way, fell on the way, but Ejuke quickly barge his way through and find out that and get the ball into a corner kick. But let's hope this will not result into another goal. They score from the set piece, and there is another dangerous one. Osimhen deep defending for the Super Eagles. He headed it away. Another corner kick for Tunisia off the head of Victor Osimhen. At this junction, every attacking player have to come back because it's just 10 minutes of play, and considering a goal at this junction might just throw the game open and put the Super Eagles under unnecessary pressure. They must deal with this last 10 minutes.
And Osimhen is also good with area duels, so it's needed at that particular position. And the Super Eagles now, that's Ademola, Lookman. They are playing. You could see they are playing with a lot of calmness now. They just need game management at this point. They need to be calm.
But I expect this coach to bring in players that can really play as shock absorbers, more midfielders, more defensive-minded midfielders than out-and-out attackers like the wingers that I just brought up on.
That is exactly what I want. I don't really know why Ejuke will replace Onyeka. Even if you are taking out a midfielder at this point now, you can see that Troopers, you can see that he missed that chance. That would have been the second goal for the Tunisians. They are still pressing.
The absence of Onyeka is really showing in this game.
That is exactly why sometimes I ask a lot of questions about Eric Chell.
Game management.
Tactical approach and tactical ability. I asked.
Another Troopers that beats everybody. Goal number 2 almost in. Calvin Bassey, the savior this time. Shemi Ajayi. Oh, Shemi Ajayi. These Tunisians are really getting through the back, the right and left back easily this time since Onyeka left the pitch.
Because there is no one blocking, doing all the blockings. Now they are beginning to see it. So the reason for that substitution from Eric Chell, I don't really understand. Why would you take off the man that is doing all the dirty jobs? Maybe he had an injury. I don't know. Maybe.
Okay, maybe but
maybe he complained.
The energy level is very, very high for Frank Onyeka. He's always been the one covering for the left back and the right back, also assisting Alex Iwobi in the middle, and the coach sacrificed him for another attacking player after we scored 3 goals. Maybe you will explain during the press conference, I don't know. But as it's where the Super Eagles are really struggling without Frank Onyeka in this game, I hope they can survive these late minute assault that is coming from the Carthage Eagles. We get the Eagles in cage for 80 minutes, and now they are unleashing. They are finding their way out of that cage, and the coach, Sami Trabezi, is really smiling and waiting for a miracle, believing in the likes of Aniba, Sazi, Magrizi to get the Super Eagles stunned in the remaining 10 minutes of this game.
They want the referee to check the VAR for a possible handball, and it's indeed a handball from Bruno, and the referee is going to check now. So they might be lucky to get a penalty, because I saw here it's a handball.
Where the VAR is checking for penalty, this is very, very dicey for Nigeria at this junction. It's not because the Tunisians have played very well or better than what they've been in the past, but because it's the psychological effect of coming from a 3-0 up when you think it's all done and dusted, and you find yourself in the reality of conceding 2 goals in the space of 10 minutes, and the game is thrown wide open again. I'm really, really afraid this is looking like a penalty.
This might be a penalty.
Because the ball actually touches hand.
Touches hand.
But the Tunisian player is not getting any advantage, even if the ball is not touching the Nigerian player. And so I don't think the referee will want to pick this as a penalty. But let's see what the decision will be.
It's looking keenly on that.
There's no doubt the ball touched the Nigerian player, but the fight for the ball is still 50-50. No advantage for Tunisia whatsoever, and the foul is not even disturbing.
Penalty. I know.
Finally, he gave that penalty, and the game looking.
The last 7 minutes
into a frenetic finish if they score this penalty kick.
Plus, at that time, I think we have 10 minutes of play, because I know with that little time Nwabali wasted, I know they will add nothing less than 5 minutes.
It's 5 minutes on the dot.
So,
and penalty has been awarded for an handball. I think the call is a bit harsh for me, sincerely. And
but it touched the hand.
No doubt about that. And like, not all handballs are foul, are regarded as foul. In this particular case, I don't see that serious advantage that was denied by that handball. The referee should have allowed the game to continue. But let's see what
Nwabali is good with penalty.
Nwabali will do this time.
He's good with at least.
He's known for saving penalty, but there he goes. And that's 3-2. The last 5 minutes will be very tough for the Super Eagles. There is no longer Frank Oyeka in this game. The coach, game management will be questioned once again.
That is what I keep saying. I see no reason why. That's why we need to check and confirm what happened to Onyeka. I guess maybe he sustained an injury. Because if nothing happened to him, you have to take him out, and you can't replace him with another midfielder to do the marking. You have Raphael.
Raphael in there.
He's there.
There's also Fisayo.
Fisayo is there.
There's Akisamiro. Why do you now bring in all of those large midfielders
to do
that
what?
You cannot trust them enough to help you see this game out? And Tunisians will be high in confidence. That's the psychological edge they'll be getting from this game. Having come from a 3-0 down to 3-2, the Super Eagles are in trouble. They just have to manage the remaining 300 seconds burning at their time in this game.
Yeah, and it's really looking like he lost idea of the whole situation. He lost idea of it. Tunisians now, we know them for their ways. They will make sure they do everything. They can be so aggressive by ensuring that they get that goal. You could see the coach, you could see if his formation, you could see the players. The players are really, really all out now. And it's because of that opening in that midfield. And we cannot even see Alex Iwobi anymore. He can't do the playing because you have to force him now to drop. And we all know that Alex Iwobi doesn't mark. So which means you have reduced that strength already, or give that whole responsibility to Wilfred Indidi. And Wilfred Indidi, we all know what he can do. There are limits to how far he can go. This is the young old man that has used or exhausted his energy in the first half by doing all the box-to-box runs. And the second man that is also doing the dirty job, you now have to take him off. Why? You would have even sacrificed Alex Iwobi for this player. So we can continue the marking and then let the play flow. But now we are struggling.
And the Tunisians are, once again, our box. Good intersection in the box 18 there. they are really flying with all of the confidence in the world. And that's a problem with the Super Eagles managing this game out. Our confidence level has really dropped. The coach is not doing enough to manage this game, while the Tunisians have developed wings suddenly and they are attacking the Super Eagles from left, right, center, pushing the ball so easily to one another, while Super Eagles are really gasping for air. They can't wait for this game to end, while the Tunisians are really coming out to see if they can snatch a 3-3 draw scoreline here. But let's see how it goes.
Should we always find ourselves in this situation that we have to, you give us joy 7 minutes.
7 added minutes. Awazem is being prepared to come on board. I hope we survive these 7 minutes as another player we have to give away. Maybe someone in the attack. Maybe one of those that was imported into this game, and they allowed this game to be messed up.
Why should you introduce the winger?
Now, I didn't see anything Moses has added to this game.
Even if not for that track back, Ejuke did.
This could have been another goal, maybe.
And that was the only thing. Okay, and Ademola is coming off.
Okay.
Ademola Lookman is coming off now. And Awazim, you should have done this. Stop attacking when we are 3 goals up. Why should you always, or why would you attack? That is exactly what he does. Game management is always
now. I'm trying to figure out where Awazim will play in this
defense
formation.
Line. He is switching to 5 defenders.
How will you arrange them?
5-4-1, probably. It's only Lookman.
Is it 3 central or 2?
It's going to be 3. It's going to be 3 central.
Or maybe he's going to plug him in where Onyeka used to play in the middle.
No, he just stand. He just stand in front of the defenders to complete the 5-man defense. While Indidi will be at the front, then Wobi drop back, then Ejuke, you drop back as well to form the 4 midfielders, and Moses Simon from the right side of the midfield. So those are the 4 midfielders that stands, while only what's his name, Victor Osimhen stays at the front. And when you can see the 5 of them now, 1, 2, 3. So it's 5-man defense. Once they are attacking us, it moves in to form 3 centre backs. That is Awazim.
Stanley drops the ball, but the final clearance.
You can see we have only Osimhen, but he needs to delay.
That's what he can do.
He needs to delay. Hold on, play. Exactly.
And kill off this game. There's no need of rushing to go and score the 4th
game
goal.
Management. We don't even
you can
need
do this.
Yes.
But the Tunisians will still come all out, attack us in numbers. They don't care whether we score the 4th goal. They just want to make life difficult for the Super Eagles in these last 7 minutes of this action, and that's what they've been doing so far. Meanwhile, we have a chance to attack for the first time in the last 8 minutes of this encounter. Who goes in there? Moses Simon locating Alex. Alex decided to delay that pass, locating Calvin Bassey. They dropped it deep into Nigerians' half once again, and the passes have been able to whisk away 1 minute while the Tunisians are chasing this game. I think if they can sustain this kind of a game plan, we will win this game. 3 minutes gone already. Victor Osimhen 1-on-1. Can we bury this? Oh, the goalkeeper put his body onto that one. I think it's Ejuke.
Ejuke, yes.
Running from the right side of attack. He almost finished up this game. Making it a repeat of the scoreline in Lagos the last time we played in the group stage of the AFCON. But Morocco, Tunisia quickly turned defense to attack. And they are pushing us back once again, being patiently building this one up. A cross into the box, and the ball bounces. Stanley could not do anything. He just watches the ball, bounces off his goal line into a goal kick. It could have been 3-3 with nobody to attack this.
Should I look at that cross? How on earth 3 of our defenders left that man on mark? You have Semi Ajayi, you have Calvin Bassey, while the cross was coming. And probably they are looking at, or they want to do the offside trap, forgetting that they are now 3. Awazim is still there. It was Awazim that kept the man on.
I guess our defense line is tired. He's not keeping any offside for me. They just couldn't match the energy when we lose the ball through Ejuke. The way the sweet pass from the goalkeeper straight to the attack left them grasping for air. I think that's what happened. Now they are coming back again. You can see we are losing second ball so easily. We cannot even close the gap as fast as possible. And Tunisia are really enjoying this. If we have played this game all through 90 minutes, the way we've played the last 10 minutes, we will have considered a lot of goals.
We would. And if that's why, no one, that's another free kick or throw-in, that might be dangerous. Okay, throw-in. If Tunisians have played like this, the first half, second half, probably they would have put us in trouble.
Another chance to put the ball into the goal area of Nigeria. Stanley Nwabali couldn't hold on to that. And the ball finally hits back at him. And the Super Eagles are just praying and fasting to God to give us this day in the last few moments to the end of this game.
It's a long 7 minutes for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Really a long 7 minutes for us.
Wow, it's been a real learning curve for the coach. I'm sure he must have learned a lot of lesson the way he has been running the substitute, not only in this game, across all of the 13 competitive games he have been in charge of Super Eagles. The substitutes have always been a suspect, and he has committed another blunder in this game today.
Nwabali, yellow carded. Finally, it came to pass.
But why will coaches make such errors when you can read a game even from here, from a layman angle here, just a commentator, you would have studied up to UEFA A, and you cannot understand the role Frank Oyeka has played in this game, and you just remove him like that.
Reason for that, I don't understand. What exactly was he trying to achieve?
Maybe this kind of
results,
hands in our mouths to the final moment of this game.
You were leading 3 goals before that ridiculous substitution.
And we considered 2 afterwards.
And you considered 2. Now, what came through your mind or what came to your head for you to do such? Why would you remove him at that crucial stage? You were not under pressure. You were not looking for goals. And that is it.
Well, the center referee has managed to put his whistle in his mouth, and I'm sure the coach will be thanking his
even we are happy, at least, but we know that there's a fault in those decisions.
It's a Navi ending to this game, and I'm not proud of Elias Achouri in the last 7 minutes of this game, I must confess.
It has always shown that tactical weakness many times, many games. Against Congo DR, it displayed that. Against Gabon, it displayed that, whereby we are struggling and everything almost crumbled.
Is it for lack of players on the bench, or the coach don't know how to change his starting 11 using the sub properly?
He doesn't have an idea of what next to do. He only acts based on, this is what I want to do. I have it in mind to bring on Moses Simon. And it is a must, Moses Simon must play. There are times you need to adjust when you look at how a game is going. You don't need Moses Simon as at that time. You can change your mind and then bring another one. I think the way he plans his game is, I'm going to make 3 substitutions. These are my starting lineup. Whether they play good or they don't play well, I'm still going to maintain it. You might not have the mindset of bringing Rafael Onyedika, for example, but you look at the game and you know that Rafael Onyedika is needed here. You bring him on. So his substitution should be based on the quality of a player. But I think he only just stick to, this is what I want to do, and that is it. But he doesn't take his time to read games and then understand his players.
He needs to really actually work on his game management, and the Super Eagles have displayed that frailties once again. Talking about Coach Elias Achouri, no blame at all on the players. They gave their best. They interpreted everything good until that moment when the coach decided to throw in two wide players and removing a key player that has really put some level of stability in the Super Eagles midfield. Talking about Frank Onyeka. I'm sure I will not want to repeat that going forward. We have our next game in 3 days' time.
Yes, on Tuesday.
And it's a mere formality as the Super Eagles have become the second team to book a round of 16 after the conclusion of games in Group A, B, C, and D. And that's a remarkable achievement, I must say. I thought Morocco would book that place ahead of Nigeria, but here we are. They failed to win back-to-back games. Only Nigeria and Egypt have been able to do that. Congratulations to Nigerians, as we hope for a better outing. But no doubt, compare this game to the way we played against Tanzania.
I would say the last 10 minutes was ridiculous. Trust me. But first half, then up to the time Onyeka was substituted, we played so well, 100%, better than all the games we have played in our last 4 matches, starting from Benin Republic in the World Cup qualifier, Congo DR in the playoff, Gabon in the playoff, then our first game against Tanzania. We did so well. The boys, everybody really played to expectation. Onyeka, most especially, proved himself one more time why he needs to be introduced, bring him back to the starting 11. And that makes me ask this question that does Eric Chell even have his starting 11? But if you ask me truly, I know he has regular players he wants to use. Like Osimhen will always be there. Ademola Lookman will always be there. Wilfred Indidi will always be there. But Onyeka, you need to bring him back. We need that stability.
I think he almost got his first 11 right this time. We know the spine of the squad, 8 to 9 players that will always start. The midfield has always been a problem. I don't believe 2 midfielders will be playing for the Super Eagles. At least we need 3, and Onyeka has really fixed into that perfection today. But the coach messed it up by removing him and throwing more attacking-minded players, which really affected the final show here. It could have been a respectable 3-0, but or a disgraceful 3-0 bashing of Tunisians. But that sub made it respectable for Tunisia, and they are not disgraced. It's not a shame to lose to Super Eagles by 3-2 at any point in time. And but the good news is that the Super Eagles played better than the last game. I think they will improve along with the competition, and they've shown that they can actually compete with this kind of performance for me.
Consistency matters. And what is consistency? To be a true champion, you have to show character. They cannot hold what the Tunisians in the last 10, 15 minutes. And that is to tell you that once a player it's being removed or you made a mistake, then we get punished for it. Now, if he has not done what he did today, probably would have won so well. We never expected Tunisians to score 2 goals. We never thought that. We were even happy that at least when last did you see this kind of a scoreline? Because you play well, you finish well. And for me, I think our main issue still boils down to the coach. He needs to be able to manage this boy. Like you said about the starting 11, yes, you have your 9 regulars that we all know that you will play and then you will do. Then you need to now trust other players too. And that is how you will be able to balance your starting 11. You need to get your starting 11 right. Then you know that these are my starting 11, and I have my 5 as reserved. So if anything goes wrong, I can easily pick another player and replace him with that one. Eric Chell, I don't think he has. I don't think he understands it. Once he has his plan, his game plan, he wants to do it. It's almost got into heated issue with the case of Trust Ekong. At the time, he always wants to play Trust Ekong, but you need to manage him. At a time, and right now, you always want to play Alex Iwobi. You always want to play with Indidi. But you need to know they are humans. They need to, you need to, his game management for me seems too poor. And if it continues like that, at a crucial stage, this is knockout stage that we are going. Once we lose, we are coming back to Nigeria.
All right, I hope that will not happen soon, and the Super Eagles will make us proud like they did in the last 2 games. What matters at this stage is 3 points, and they've done that back-to-back games, and it's enough to be sure of the Super Eagles playing 4 games in this AFCON, and if they can win 2 more games, I think they'll play in the finals as well. Round of 16 quarterfinals, okay, they needed to win 3 more games, apart from the last group inconsequential game against Uganda, which I think they will also win. So let's see how far they can stretch this.
Uganda needs win too.
It doesn't matter. The Super Eagles will beat them. To beat Tanzania, will beat Tunisia. The 2 opponents they cannot beat. I think the Super Eagles have enough quality to get past the cranes of Uganda. But meanwhile, it's time to go.
Well, Shola, we have to say congratulations to all Nigerians again. At least we can say officially we are the second nation that has secured the round of 16 spots. So which means more days to stay in Morocco and also spend. And I think we should also be planning that too. Maybe we need to fly to Morocco and join them from the from round of 16 quarterfinals, maybe semi-finals, and probably maybe the final.
Well, we are not saying we don't want to eat Morocco, but if sponsors come on board, surely we'll eat the next flight and we get to Morocco to share the Super Eagles. To bring this to you live from Morocco is doable if you get the right backing, and the backing has to be financial in some way as well. All right, that's all we have time for today. Congratulations to Nigeria. Round of 16 bets in our hands already, and we'll be coming for the 3rd game against Uganda on Tuesday. And that game is slated at 5 p.m., so watch out for that on Sport Flames. Tell your friends, share the link with your neighbors, and also subscribe to the channel, as it's your #1 sports channel when it comes to doing stuff that has never been done with sports on YouTube before now. Shalaba remains my name. It's a pleasure bringing you this broadcast alongside with my partner and friend, Toye Olawale.
It's a pleasure, and my name remains Olatoye Olawale. Shola, it's really nice doing this together.
And special thanks to the backroom staff, everyone behind the cameras, behind the lights, as well as getting you clean, clear connections to be able to view us live and direct from our studios here in Lagos. Enjoy the rest of your evening and continue to support the Super Eagles.